Painting the steel rims off of a 2007 Ford Ranger. You can see I have 3 of them prepped for the paint. I have index cards around to protect the tire, to keep the paint off the tire. And I also have trash bags, plastic trash bags stuffed down in the holes. I have the fingers cut off of surgical gloves to protect the valve stems. So on that last one, I'll show you how I prep these first 3. These are 4" by 6" index cards. And you just stick those down in the groove between the rim and the tire. And this will not work on a windy day, but today's pretty calm. And you just put them at the right interval to block out the tire. So you don't want it like that because you can still see the tire in between the gap. You just overlap the cards a little bit. And stuff these in the hole and then tucked up under the outside edge to hold it in place. Just like that. And like I said earlier, that's just a finger cut off of a surgical glove to protect the valve stem. And before filming, I prepped the rims, scraping off all the loose rust with a wire brush and then wiped them down with mineral spirits. So now they're ready for the primer and the paint. It's been about 30 minutes since applying the primer and it is dry to the touch. And with this combination of paint that I'm using, paint and primer, Rust-Oleum Automotive Primer, Rust-Oleum Metallic Finish Bright Coat, within 1 hour after applying the primer, you can apply the top coat. But if you wait longer than 1 hour, if you let the primer dry for longer than 1 hour, you then have to wait 48 hours before adding the finish coat. So it's been about 30 minutes. I'm safe to apply the top coat, the finish coat, and that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, you want to worry about overspray, which is why I'm doing this out in the middle of my yard. You do not want to do it close to your cars or close to your house. And the same thing applies to the finish coat. I have 1 hour to recoat. If I wait longer than an hour, I have to wait 48 hours. So I'm gonna let this first coat dry for about 30 minutes and then come back and touch it up. 30 minutes later, and that top coat is dry. I did have some sand. This is the last one I did. I had some sand right up here on the top, but I was able to brush that away with my hand. So now I can put the last coat on it. So that's it, and this is an 11-ounce can of paint, and I got all 4 rims done. There's a little bit left in the bottom in case I need some touch-up, but that's pretty much it. You can get the cards off and see that there is no paint on the tires. Maybe a little bit of overspray, but nothing that you would notice. If we get those bags out, you can see the paint did not get on the rim on the underside, and it did not get on the valve stem. I'll be back when I have the tires on the truck. I'll show you how it looks. The tires are back on the truck and the rims look nice. These center caps look nice also. I cleaned those up and I have a separate video posted. I'll put a link up here in the top left to that. And earlier I mentioned that I put trash bags in each one of these holes. They weren't trash bags, they're just small grocery bags, plastic grocery bags. And the paint and primer that I use, $7 a piece at Home Depot. I'll put links down below to those. And I did get it done with 1 can of each. I've got about half a can of primer left and just a little bit left in the paint can, but I did get by with just 1 can of paint. So look for those links below and check out that video on how to clean your center caps.